Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? It is hydrangea season and ours are all in full bloom already. Some of you who are in a colder climate, they probably haven't, they're budded up, but they haven't quite fully bloomed. Ours have. I would say there's only a couple handful here of the Merit Supreme that are just now starting to open. But these hydrangeas, for the most part, I picked up almost all of them on clearance except for a couple. And I will put photos of years past of what they've looked like. I think this is our third season with these. A couple of them I had in pots before I decided to put them in this flower bed. Before we go any further, I did want to talk about what you see right here. And this is just a little umbrella I purchased at Costco. And the reason why I have that is you can see some little burnt edges. These hydrangeas look better far away. What happened, we went out of town for just one day. And actually we didn't even stay the night out of town. We left at 5 a.m. I got back about 8 p.m. And this was just a week ago. And we had a 108-degree day. And that's unseasonable for us in June. And I meant to put an umbrella like this up before I left and I forgot. And that's why the tips got burned. I typically do not have them covered with an umbrella. They do get enough water to take the sun. But I don't know if the 108 too soon, too quick, just got to them. But anyway, that's why you see this. Merit Supreme hydrangeas are zone 5 to 9. They grow 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. These are my tallest right here. And I believe that is because these right here suffered from, I almost lost them last winter because we had a leak with all of our sprinkler valves that neither my husband nor I caught. And that's why you see some sticks that I haven't quite cut back. But I'm waiting until July till all the blooms are done, and I will come in and shear these back, and I will actually cut these back a little bit more than I did last year. These two pale pink ones down here that look completely different than all the others, these are from Sam's Club. Now, if those of you who shop there, they carried Merit Supreme, and they normally do each year in a box, 2 small little starter plants. And this was during a time where I could not find any Merit Supreme anywhere in the nurseries. So I went ahead and planted those. They're healthy, they're doing great, but they're a pale pink. That's okay. I just wanted to explain to you why these look a little bit different from the rest of them. I wanted to show you how we water them. We have ran 1/2-inch drip line that has emitter holes every 12 inches. I have that in the back of the hydrangea as well as the front. And what we've done on the line that we run in the back, we add a 5-gallon emitter right in between the 2 emitter holes. I would not recommend that for everybody, but I think that works for us since our summers can start as early as late April, early May, and last all the way through early October. Watering like this works well for us because we have water restrictions, and I don't want to bore you with all that, but during the spring and summer, we're only allowed to water 3 times a week, and during those days, we can only water during certain hours. And then in the winter, during fall and winter, we can only water 1 day a week. So doing it this way works best for us, and it's taken me a long time to figure out the best way to water these hydrangeas. Let me take you up front so we can see the other ones. We're in front of the variegated hydrangeas, but real quick, I want to apologize for the chainsaw that you hear. Our neighborhood was built in the late 70s. So all the trees around here are extremely mature, very old, and I think on the next street over, somebody might be having some tree work done. So I apologize for the chainsaw noise. These variegated hydrangeas are zone 6 to 9. They grow 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. The jury is still out on whether or not I made a good decision on putting them right here. They do receive morning sun, but it must have slipped my mind that there's about a half hour that they are hit with our afternoon sun, and that's not good, and they have not fared well. So you will see the blooms have burned, some of them have even fallen off. The leaves are crispy in some parts, but then you'll see where it's still growing, the new growth. But I am not sure if I'm actually going to keep these here. I don't know if I should give them one full year to establish better roots, and maybe that will possibly help them. I am leaning towards no, just because our summers are so long and hot. So they might move to a different location. I don't want to have to move these hydrangeas, but I'm not sure if this is the right spot. But they are alive. They did bloom. And I have not mulched here because I wanted to show you, because this area pretty much slopes. I'm standing in my neighbor's area right here. We did connect to the 1/2 inch, the 1/4 inch drip tubing around, and I put a circle around each one, and those have emitters every 6 inches. So I just wanted to show that to you, that these get water, and I just didn't want the 5-gallon because I didn't know if that would just push too much water coming down into my neighbor's walkway over here. I believe these are the hydrangeas that I am probably the most excited about. Last year, I planted 3 Proven Winners Let's Dance Blue Jangles hydrangeas right here, 1, 2, and 3. Then I transplanted the 2 early blue hydrangeas from our back garden last year as well. They were the healthiest. And you know, something surprising is the way this area receives sun. This one receives the most sun, this area right here, more so than, you know, off to the right. But if you notice, I only have a couple of blooms off this one versus this early blue. That's okay. They are both healthy. They're both doing well. And actually, I think I did a video earlier, I think it was maybe the tour, where I said I wasn't sure if they were going to be blue or not this year, because the way I turn them blue is starting from November all the way through March, I dose them, or I give them soil acidifier. So instead of just doing it once or twice, I do each plant, I sprinkle it and, rough up the soil and put it around each plant every single month from November to March. And I only was able to do it a couple of times this last winter, and I thought, I don't know if they're going to really turn blue. I just wanted healthy hydrangeas. So I'm super happy and super excited that they all turned blue. They look amazing. And I will try and put a picture of what they look like from our sidewalk when they're all shaded. And that way you can get a better view of what they look like from a distance. And I'm so excited. And it's very difficult to grow hydrangeas here. I have all big leaf macrophylla hydrangeas except for one Limelight Prime, and they just really thrive in the cooler temperatures. Even so, I'm happy that I have just the small amount that I do, and that they're healthy and blooming the way that they are. Okay, the last one is our Limelight. I purchased this a few years ago. Started out in a different area, didn't do well. It didn't bloom hardly at all, and it didn't grow because it wasn't getting enough sun. And I was too scared to put it in more sun because of our heat. So this is just sitting on the other side of the bird bath from the blue hydrangeas, and this does receive a lot of morning sun. And this is, I have to say, the first year it has looked as full and big as it is. I would say potentially I might have more. I counted at least 12 areas where they're budded up. So again, another exciting time for me because I love all hydrangeas in any form, whether they're lace cap, panicle, mop head, big leaf, they're all beautiful. And so this is going to be another win for me. This is where it likes its spot, so possibly there's going to be some reworking of this flower bed. Maybe I can add another one because the more hydrangeas the better, right? I hope for those of you who live in a warm climate who haven't yet tried growing a hydrangea, give it a try. If I can grow them here in Fresno, where our summers are very long and very hot, you can give it a try as well. I will say I failed miserably for years, and I'm still failing. The variegated hydrangeas, I don't know if those are the right place, and I don't know if they're going to be healthy and bloom the way I want them to. So even I'm still learning. But if you give them the right amount of sun and shade and water, I think you can be successful too. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.